are live. Welcome in, everybody. TB Sports 27, and we're switching it up a little bit. We're streaming here today on YouTube. I want to try something out a little bit. I've been streaming a little bit here on Twitch recently, and then what I've been doing is uploading here in parts on YouTube. So I want to try to switch it up a bit. I want to see if there leads to any confusion in the marketplace if we try to stream on YouTube and then re-upload in parts on demand like we tend to do. So if folks want to join us live for a stream, they can. If they're not able to, we can always upload it later on. I'll probably divide this up like I have been doing into segments here. Now there's no timer on YouTube, so it'll be kind of hard to know exactly when we're hitting our points. But you know what? We'll try it out here. We'll see how it works. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then we'll go back to how we've been doing it on Twitch. But I just wanted to see if the viewership would be any different here, streaming on YouTube versus streaming Twitch. But we're going to jump into this, not waste any time. We got a big one. Chicago Wolverines at 9-3, and the Mexico City Golden Eagles also at 9-3, both teams in the national north, as it were. And you can see how close these two are. This is the battle for first place, with the St. Louis Rhinos in hot pursuit and the Cougars trying to make a late season playoff run, hoping to finish this one off with a 8-8 season and maybe sneak in to the postseason. But Mexico City, probably the strangest team of all the RXFL bunch, ending up in the national north. And obviously Mexico is down south, but of the teams that we were replacing, we ran out of teams. I've mentioned before, I probably should have done my due diligence ahead of time and went in and figured what teams were going to replace who in the correct divisions. But when I got down to Mexico City, because obviously I need to keep a certain number of NFL teams for their uniforms for the different teams we had. By the time I got down to the Mexico City team, it was not any options that were left, and it was too little, too late, and yeah, it didn't work. So that's why Mexico City. But why is this glitching? You see how this is glitching? I wanted to put them in orange pants, but I don't think I can. I can. Look at this. Why is this going crazy? Do you see this? Do you see this madness right now? Let me try to just go back into it. Yeah, all teams in pro sports have quirky divisions. Obviously look at the NFL back in the day. The Buccaneers used to be in the NFC North and play the Packers and the Bears and all that. So it happens. What the heck? You just got to use your imagination. And we're going to try to figure out, maybe I just got to do it this way if I want to get them in their orange without the game freaking out and glitching here. But this is going to be it looks like I can do it this way. So don't know why it was giving me trouble, but yeah, I wanted to switch it up. I wanted to throw them in the orange the orange pants here, which we've put them in only one other time before. Now, with that being said, should we go with the striped look here? I'm a uniform guy, so I got to go through the uniforms. Yeah, what the heck. All right, so we'll go with that. And the Chicago Wolverines are ready. This is a huge battle. This is the battle for first place, obviously, as we just saw in the north. But, I mean, it's a lot riding on this. These are most likely going to be two playoff teams, without a doubt. So we're going to see how they match up here on the field of play going into this one. So welcome in. We got a lot to talk about. As you see the title of the stream, I want to talk Night of Champions with you guys. I want to talk USFL with you guys. I'm watching the Cubs and Reds game right now on Fox, so be on the lookout for that. But jump on in, tune in. This is the RXFL. I'm planning on streaming 2 games with you, so we'll probably go maybe till about 9:30 or so. It's been just a long day of just a whole lot of TV watching, basically, because of everything that's been on today with, like I said, a 3.5 hour WWE Premium Live event and then a 3-hour USFL game. I'm a New Orleans Breakers fan, so I had to tune in for that. And now we're going to just hang out, chill, watch some more with you guys. As you see the Mexico City Golden Eagles coming out to the field. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button if you're watching along with us here on YouTube. Go ahead and follow us on Twitch because we're going to be doing some more streaming over on Twitch in the near future. I just wanted to switch it up and do this one here on YouTube to see if there would be any difference in viewership. Doesn't appear to be the case, so I may be continuing to just do things on Twitch and upload them here on YouTube. And by doing that on Twitch, it allows me to break the videos up into parts and kind of upload them in shorter lengths, which it has been helping with the viewer count here on YouTube, so that has been a big business change here. And you can see where all of our teams are sitting. That's the difference between a home field playoff game and a road playoff game, is this game right now, as Mexico City is currently your wild card team. And the wild card teams have to go on the road, most likely throughout the postseason. The only time it wouldn't happen is if the two wild card teams ended up facing each other in the conference championship. But winning that division, that is your key to getting that home playoff game. So let's get this one underway. This is the second matchup because these teams are in the same division in the North, the National North. They've played each other previous, and you can see that game here in the archives on YouTube, and it was an incredible game. A wild ending between these two teams, and I encourage you guys to go into the archives and check it out because it did come down to the wire, and it had a bizarre ending that you guys will want to check out. So there's my little plug to look at some of the old video there. So we're going to be doing some double commentary here as we're watching this. Todd Gurley gets the give. We're going to be talking about this game. We're going to be commenting on the Chicago Cubs game. There's another USFL game that I believe is starting at 9, so we'll jump in and comment on that a little bit. But I want to know your guys' thoughts on what has been a pretty busy day in the world of sports. I pretty much woke up, 8:39, and watched a little YouTube, and then got some lunch, and then right there it was time for Night of Champions, and I want to know your guys' thoughts, whether you're going to share them live here or let me know in the comments after the fact what your thoughts on the show was. But before we get into that, as we were saying, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Follow us over on Twitch and check us out at patreon.com/tvsports27. We just uploaded about 2.5 hours of our day 2 playthrough of Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. If you guys missed our Twitch streams, the first episode of our Legends of Zelda playthrough went up on our YouTube channel yesterday, and more episodes are going to be going up throughout the month of June, towards the end of June. But if you want to see those episodes, you can check that out on Twitch, because I think the VOD is still up there right now, but we're going to be uploading them in parts here on YouTube. And then we played a second day over on Twitch, and we put the VOD on our Patreon page, and we played for about 2.5 hours, where we kind of wandered around for a while, and then I ended up looking up a walkthrough after the fact and found out that you were supposed to go up into a rock after the third shrine, use the elevation tactic, and get some cold gear. So I ended up circling back and doing that, and that allegedly would have made my path a lot easier, but I did not do that. But that's part of the game. The name of the game in Zelda, it's just a big, adventurous world, and you just got to kind of wander and find your way. So that VOD is up right now at our Patreon page, so do check that out if you want to support the channel in that way, patreon.com/tvsports27. And we're going to give our Patreon mega fan shout outs right now. Big thank you to Justin Russell, Mr. Maple, Jonathan Harrigan, and Ultra Fan K Duckman. Thank you guys so much for being Patreon subscribers. And our next Ultra Fan stream should be coming your way next weekend from K Duckman. And I understand there may be some more football in the mix here, so be on the lookout for that for your Patreon Ultra Fan stream, as we got the Chicago Wolverines, who have been on a losing streak as of late. Started off the season extremely hot, 9-0 at one point, and now have lost 3 games. And here they are with a really good drive here. And they're just trying to get their season back on track. Looking like the New Orleans Breakers of the USFL, a team that just fell apart and watched as their team has gone off the rails. So Wolverines trying to avoid that one. But yeah, Night of Champions. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on WWE's Night of Champions. Gurley had no room to run there. What was your favorite match on the show? I think the award for longest match on the show definitely goes to your opener, Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. I'm quoting Blazed retweet, so people will tune in here, join the fun. But yeah, that match was good, and then I didn't realize we had 3 women's matches on the show, which is, you know, pretty cool for the location that they were in, knowing that on the first couple of shows there were no women's matches, and I think we had 3 on the show. Trish and Becky had a pretty knockdown, drag out brawl. The knockouts are for Impact here, and boy, the Golden Eagles, after that impressive drive by the Chicago Wolverines, they're going to hold them out of the end zone. Wolverines just got to go for a field goal here. Field goal booted through is good. But yeah, it was, if you guys want to see, either go on Twitter or Instagram and check out Becky Lynch. She got roughed up by Zoe Stark at the end of that matchup there. So maybe we're getting a little Becky Zoe Stark coming out of this one, possibly. And then what else do we have on the show? We had cameos from a lot of different people. We saw Omos, we saw LA Knight. We saw the Street Profits. They made a long flight just to sit in the crowd and watch. That was kind of interesting there. Slinging Sammy Baugh, he's been doing the job here for the Mexico City Golden Eagles. What else? Match number 3. Match number 3, that was... I'm trying to remember now. Becky and Trish was number 2. Oh, number 3, that was the Gunther and Mustafa Ali match, which I thought Ali was gonna do it, man. There was a time in there where it looked like Mustafa Ali was gonna do it for the Honky Tonk Man. I want to see someone beat Gunther before that Honky Tonk Man streak comes to an end. We're rooting for you, Honky. And I thought that Mustafa Ali was going to end it and Honky Tonk Man was going to keep the record, but alas, it was not to be, as Gunther with another successful title defense of the Intercontinental Champion. And then we had domination from Rhea Ripley over Natalya. We had maybe a shocker. I don't know if people expected it. Early on, when Asuka first had this new look, I think people expected her to win the Women's Championship right away, but she did not cash in on those opportunities. And so I think going into this one, people maybe didn't expect it, especially with the lengthy reign that Bianca Belair has had with the championship. But it was Asuka that came away. She used the mist, spit the jalapeno mist on the fingers and gouged it in the eyes of Bianca Belair and took the victory and won the Raw Women's Championship. So there you go. And the Raw Women's Championship continuing over on SmackDown, and Rhea Ripley with the SmackDown Women's Championship over on Raw. Then we had Cody and Brock Lesnar, and it was a victory for Lesnar. It's pretty rare that Brock loses not only 2 in a row, but loses more than once to one opponent. Does not happen often. Did not happen on this night, as Cody hung in there as much as he could, but it was victory all the way for Brock Lesnar. And then, of course, the main event with the shocking happenings that went on with the Usos, Roman Reigns, and we still have WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a really good match as well. And one where, I don't know if Roman ever felt like he was in jeopardy too much, but he definitely got roughed up in that one. And then very interested what's going to happen on SmackDown based on what came out of this, and especially leading up to Money in the Bank. Potentially do the Usos enter into their very first Money in the Bank matchup? And how are they going to do Money in the Bank this year with all the different championships and roster split and all that stuff? So let me know your thoughts down below. Like I said, jump in live and comment your thoughts, or head into the comments after the fact here on YouTube and drop your thoughts down below on Night of Champions. And again, USFL action, an interesting ending to the Breakers Stallions game. I feel like these two teams have just become rivals over the last 2 seasons, because they always have the craziest games. And mainly commenting on this because the New Orleans Breakers, that's my team, and they started 4-0, and they had a lot of close victories in those first 4 matchups, but they look like the best team in the league. And in the last 3 weeks, they have trailed right off with just loss after loss. The loss to, was it Philadelphia in there, and then now losing to the Stallions here. What was last week? I think was Philadelphia. Yeah, last week was Philadelphia. What was the week before they lost to? I think Houston, maybe. I'm trying to remember who it was, but yeah, it's been rough for a little while for them. And the end of the game, I don't know, this incomplete pass. You guys can go look it up on the USFL Twitter right now, but Mike Pierre calling this incomplete pass that was somewhat questionable at best, that was incomplete, and it led to a whole bunch of confusion over where the ball was going to be, and they ended up losing a lot of time. And I personally felt like the Breakers should have had a couple more seconds at the end of the game based on if they're calling an incomplete pass. But either way, Stallions get the win. Alex Magoo in relief. Backup is just dominating for all these injured players on the Stallions, and Breakers got to figure something out. So jump in with your comments on all those games here down below, and we're gonna get into this one here, as that one nearly intercepted Joe Theismann, who had a perfect drive on the opening drive. Now kind of doing his best New Orleans Breakers impersonation, as he kind of struggles a little bit there. So the ball will get booted back to Mexico City, as we're all tied up 3-3, as we've had a couple of goal line and first down stands on either side here of both these teams. As we said, we're watching the Cubs and Reds game. Cubs, they lost like 9-0 yesterday to the Reds, so it's already 1-1, bottom second here. We got any baseball fans out there? And I'm going to try to split this up as well into maybe 30-minute chunks or so. I don't know exactly where the time is, because YouTube does not have a timer like Patreon does. I guess I can kind of scroll through the live here. It says we're like 18 minutes in. So we might hit that 30-minute mark somewhere just before the second quarter. I'm thinking just before 8 o'clock. That'll probably be the point where we cut it off. So it might not be a clean cut if you guys are watching this and it's kind of maybe we're in the middle of talking or it just ends or something. But we, we stream it live with you guys, and then what I had been doing is just stopping the stream and starting back over. And actually, I may end up doing that instead of just doing cuts, because there aren't even that many folks here right now. So having the notification that we're doing a new live stream might actually work in the long run here. Or maybe we just switch back and go into Twitch and do that instead, since the YouTube stream experiment. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just switch it back over to Twitch after this, since we haven't gotten many folks joining in which is one of the reasons we switched to Twitch in the first place. So, and uploading it in these shorter chunks over here is really seemed to do the trick as far as getting more viewership. We've gotten a lot more views on our videos here on YouTube, uploading in smaller chunks. And planning on... Oh, as soon as I say that, we've got a bunch of people joining in. Hello to everyone. Hello, guys. Welcome in. Tomorrow, barring time, I know it's kind of the holiday weekend. I'm working on Monday. But tomorrow, maybe planning on doing one more Zelda stream over on... Oh, that's going to be tipped up Chad Ochocinco and into the hands of Earl Thomas. Man, Ochocinco, it's not often you see him lose grip on the ball and just get intercepted and taken away. And we got Brian Vasquez joining us. Yes, we actually, Brian jumping in and asking about if we saw what happened at Night of Champions. And we actually we spent probably the first 20 minutes or so of this stream discussing Night of Champions. And that was a pretty shocking moment. And we were kind of speculating early on, what do you think, Brian, is going to happen as we get into SmackDown, as we get into Money in the Bank? Are we going to see the Usos maybe trying to enter that Money in the Bank ladder match? I want to know what you think about that. But, tomorrow, I know family wants to get together because I am working on Monday for the holiday, the Labor Day holiday, the American holiday here. And I know we got a few folks that are overseas that watch us, so don't know what the time frame will be for Sunday, but hoping to maybe stream one more Zelda stream with you guys, and then I'll kind of leave it up to you. I've played on a little bit in Legend of Zelda today during some of Night of Champions, because they do all those Peacock big long video packages, and then during the commercials of the USFL game. So I have played along in Zelda, if you guys have been keeping up with my Zelda streams. I finished the third temple, and I got through the door, and then I had to go back and do the other mission. And I'm basically like in the main world now. I quote-unquote found Zelda, but she said, just keep on going, keep looking for me. It was like a figment of the imagination or something is what it ended up being. Look at that by Gurley, my goodness. And so I've kind of moved along a little bit, just kind of jumped ahead in the game with my playing today. But my plan would be to do one or two more Tears of the Kingdom sessions and upload those here. And then depending on how the viewership is, let that dictate if we do any more. If the viewership is not very high, like Pokemon Violet, where I actually lost subscribers, I will probably call it there with those uploads. But if viewership is fairly high for Tears of the Kingdom for the next couple of days, then we'll continue to bring that to you. So it'll be kind of up to you guys as far as viewership goes, if you want to see that series continue to be streamed, because obviously we are a sports you know what? I'm not going to go for corner kicks anymore. It's too easy. New rule. You got to kick it and try to get it in bounds. No coffin cords. It's a big flag if you kick it out of bounds there. So we're calling it right here. But yeah, so let me know with your viewership if you want to see more or less Tears of the Kingdom. And if you guys don't, maybe when we get towards the end, we'll probably get a couple sessions at the end there. But besides that, it'll be Patreon Sunday as well, so maybe knock out our Patreon game, which would be the San Diego Aftershocks in action. And definitely looking to get some more WWE 2K streamed this week as we're getting closer to Halloween Havoc and Survivor Series after that right around the corner. So a lot of good stuff coming up on the channel. Stay tuned. Plus all the streaming. We got all our YouTube uploads throughout the month of June all ready to go based on what we streamed over on Twitch. And these streams that you're seeing right now are going to be going up in July. So a lot of good stuff coming your way here on the channel. So stay tuned. A lot of football, a lot of wrestling. Probably football, wrestling, and Zelda focused here. And then once we get through this RXFL season, we might take a little RXFL break for a time before we get ready for season 2. And maybe that'll be a chance where we can get back into some more baseball or get back into NBA playgrounds. There's going to be a first down. Chad Ochocinco making up for his concrete hands that led to the interception by Earl Thomas a couple of moments ago. But yeah, probably finish this up, and then maybe by then finish up another season of the Denver Broncos franchise, and then get back into some more baseball action. And I definitely want to try to finish up the Utah Utes season as well before the new college football game goes out, and arena football as well, perhaps. So how about those Iowa Barnstormers? They are just terrible this year in indoor football. Not good. They lost 77-26 yesterday, and I watched that entire game because that is my team. My team is the Barnstormers, and I went through the whole history of why I am an Iowa Barnstormers fan on a previous stream. So watch all the old episodes, and you will get that story here. 3rd down and 4, and Sammy Baugh is going to try to run it for the first down. He's not going to get there. And once again, defense holds. This has been a defensive battle in the first game between these two squads. It was a pretty high-scoring offensive output here. The defenses have shown up to play in Mexico City. And the kick is good. In our next game, we are going to stream with you. You're going to see Toronto and San Francisco. You get Mexico City, you're getting Canada. Of course, we got 2 teams in London, Dublin. International, man, like the World Football League here. It's going to be a 2-minute drill for Joe Theismann, and we'll see if they can make anything out of it here. I think I am going to go ahead and switch back to Twitch after this particular half comes to an end. Just because, like I said, the viewership on YouTube streaming just hasn't quite been there. So, oh, Theismann just ran out of real estate and he went down. Defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find some. Oh, the Cubs all of a sudden are up 4-1. Good night. Theismann going deep. And that falls incomplete. Boy, he was, what, about 4 of 4 or 5 of 5 or something on the opening drive, and now look at that completion percentage. And these quick incompletions now, they're allowing the Golden Eagles. But on the play fake here, there we go. That was a huge play for the Wolverines. And, well, that was an offensive lineman. Isn't that the dude that they named the red turf after? Going out and catching a pass? What kind of trick play was that? Theismann wide open to Dante Stallworth, and it's a first down. I believe that's John Stallworth. I think I've made this mistake many times before as well. John Stallworth, not Dante Stallworth. 30 seconds here. No timeouts being called. Theismann to the end zone. And it's incomplete. Are you kidding me? Lockett drops it. As this first half coming to a wild conclusion here. Theismann. Completed pass, and the Wolverines take a timeout. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Wow. 24 seconds, 4-yard line here for the Chicago Wolverines. Oh, I thought Lockett was going to go across the field. He stopped, but it didn't matter. There's your first touchdown of the game. And that's a good way to, as the fans head to the concessions to get their colas and their hot dogs and their popcorn at halftime, to just really bring the mood down in the stadium. First touchdown of the game goes across the board right there, and it's compliments for the Chicago Wolverines. We'll see, though. Galloway maybe gives them an opportunity, and he's not. So we'll see here. Mexico City has all their timeouts. Do they make a run at maybe trying to get in field goal range? You can make 2, maybe 3 like big throws. They're going to line up and they're going to play action fake it here. This is a very similar play to, actually the same play with sending a lineman out there. And with that, it looks like maybe Mexico City is going to bow out of this one and head into the half, trying to make up for lost time in trying to get the lead back here.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for the first half. We're going to end this one here. We're going to be back with part 2. We're going to stream over on Twitch. We're going to jump on over to Twitch for part 2, the second half. And for those of you on YouTube, we're going to have this uploaded later on. And this is going to be probably coming up live maybe in early July or late June. So be on the lookout. Second half streaming at Twitch.